Hi there. I'm a customer, a loyal customer to Safeway, which is a grocery store where I am, which is Washington, D.C. Today is Friday, August 1st, 2025. I had to get groceries today. I'm a caregiver to my mother. We continuously take precautions so that we do not get COVID or any other airborne virus. When I get my groceries, I always meet the person downstairs outside my building. Why do I do this? Because one, I don't want people coming into my building and possibly get exposure to an airborne virus, specifically COVID, because COVID kills. COVID can turn into long COVID. Now, why am I going into all this? Because I'm going to tell you just what happened today. I'm so upset, but I'm going to let you know because Safeway, you're tagged on this. Corporate, I've already spoken to your people. It's been recorded, but I just want now the whole world to know what happened. So, again, I said I'm a caregiver. I depend on delivery services. I have a pass with Safeway, which I have paid for an annual pass. I also have an annual pass with DoorDash, and this is the issue. I bought groceries off of off of Safeway. Safeway was supposed to deliver my groceries at a certain time because I paid an extra fee to have those groceries to come. Those groceries were supposed to come between 4:12 and 4:35. I get on my app, it says, "Oh, your groceries have been delivered." Mind you, I had no notice that it was even being delivered because I usually am told, one, that the driver is at the store, and two, I get another notice that says that the driver is on their way to your home. You know what I got? One, the grocery driver is at the store. Two, your groceries have been delivered. That doesn't make any sense because I have been using this app for Safeway, for at least the past 2 or 3 years. And usually what it says for me is, I got my groceries. I'll give you the whole thing. I buy my groceries, it's in my cart, I press buy. Already I had designated my time. I asked for a faster time, which was that it would come, so I had to pay an extra fee. Then I get a notice that says your shopping has ended. Then I got a notice that says your driver is on the way to the store. Then I usually get another notice that says your driver is on the way to your home. When it says that the driver is on the way to your home, that's when I put my stuff and I go downstairs because what did I just say? I'm a caregiver to my mother, and I want to and we're not trying to get COVID, long COVID, or airborne virus. That's why I make sure I'm all together so that I could go downstairs with my cart because I will make sure that I can bring up my groceries to the top floor of my building with a cart. I don't ask your people to come in here. Well, let me tell you what happened. So I got a notice saying that my groceries were delivered. So from that outline I just gave you, again, we'll just go to the part of my groceries. I got a notice that said that my groceries the grocery driver was at the store. And then the next next message I got was that my groceries have been delivered at 4:17 p.m. I never got the notice that the grocery driver had left the store. And that's usually, in that whole outline, that's usually what I get. So I was like, my groceries haven't been delivered. You know why? Because I was actually downstairs. I was downstairs waiting because this time I said, no, I'm not going to wait until they say that the groceries are on their way. I knew I really needed to be down there when the grocery driver was at the store. You know why? The grocery store is right across the street from me. And again, why do I not even go over there? I'm a caregiver to my mother, and she's fall risk, and I do not want to be away from her. Further, I don't like going into stores because I'm trying not to get sick. So when I got this notice that my groceries had been delivered. I was like, so of course, when I immediately reach out to Safeway and I tell them the whole situation. So they're like, okay, I'll give you an option. We can either deliver the groceries later or we could deliver them the next day. So I was like, what about 5? And they said they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. And they were just like, your next option is to have them delivered the next day. I was like, no, I need my groceries tonight. I said, please just cancel this because I need my groceries. So they canceled. So this was like at this point, it was now about 4:45. So I'm trying to get my brain together because I need to get prepared for the next day. I'm a caregiver to my mother. This woman loves to eat. So I was, trying to figure out things. I had to get her dinner. So I actually have a pass for DoorDash. So I want you to know, after Safeway, I had 2 orders come from DoorDash. Not with you, with my own pass. So I had food for her. And I didn't even do a double dash, if you understand how this stuff works. So I got her order because the restaurant I went I couldn't do a double dash. Oh wait, let me take it back. I did do a double dash, but you know what happened? Something happened with the person, and I was unable to get my food. So you know what I had to do? I had to do another order with DoorDash. So this is separate from Safeway. Already, I'm not thinking I'm getting groceries. I had got her dinner. Then I had the person who was supposed to deliver to me, they had a problem. Something happened. And DoorDash said to me, either we can deliver it or you could get a refund. And I was like, I want my food. So I did get my food. So I wasn't expecting anything. Why? Any other orders? Because I already had canceled my groceries from Safeway. I didn't realize that Safeway uses DoorDash to deliver groceries. It was not clicking in my head for that. And like I had just shared, I have a DoorDash pass. So at this point, I get a text message from DoorDash saying, what is your apartment number? And I was like, well, I really didn't say, who is this? I was just like, what address are you trying to go to? Because I'm trying to figure out, I really thought these people had the wrong address. So they put my address in, but I purposely don't put my apartment in there. As women, you shouldn't do that. Don't put your apartment number there. So I go downstairs because I was so confused because I'm thinking, oh, I already got the order that the second my double dash couldn't come. So I'm trying to figure out, what is this? I go downstairs and I see these people with groceries. And I see my name, Safeway, and I'm just so confused. So then I said to them that this order had been canceled. So this is where the problem comes. There is a language barrier. My Spanish is really broken. Their English is really broken. So, I could pretty much understand kind of like the crux of what they're saying, but then it got to the point where we're like, okay, we need to translate. So they said something to me that really bothered me, and they said, we need to know that you're not lying about canceling your groceries. I said, I did not lie about it. Look in your app. I was so mad that they even said this to me. So I was like, you know what? Because I didn't know if they were going to get their money, because I'm thinking this has been canceled. I took out a $20 bill and I was going to call, Safeway, and say, listen, I got my groceries and I got it. And there was a tip in Safeway, in the Safeway app for the people for $10. But they actually said, we don't think that this is appropriate. You should give us $35. So I'm confused because I really thought that the money that I put in the app that goes to the drivers, that is just that particular amount of money. I've spoken to enough people who drive for Safeway specifically about that. They're like, no, we get a few dollars off. And I'll tell you why. because I had a friend who actually delivered my groceries to me, and it was so strange. I'm like, oh my God, you work for this? They're like, yeah. They're like, I only get this amount. So I gave them a little bit more. So when they said to me, we're only going to get $35, and I'm like so confused. I was like, you know what? Fortunately, I have the cash. I'll just give it to them. So at this point, I was like, well, I need to call Safeway, and I need to let them know that my groceries were delivered. And so I call Safeway. We have this very long conversation. Everything I basically told you, I told them. I was like, listen, remember I said that I had canceled these groceries? Please let me know. They're like, yes, they were canceled. So I said, the groceries came to me. Then the Safeway tells me, oh, we use DoorDash as a vendor, and there's sometimes a miscommunication, and food might come to you. And I said, between that time, and I let them know, I had blocked it out. There are other things I was doing. I was not expecting my groceries. I said the groceries came anyway, and I did give them a cash tip. I said to them that these people said that they would have been paid $35 for this order. And I was just like, I was so confused by this. So the person who I'm speaking to said, no, it doesn't work out like that. They would get the tip that's in the app, and the people who actually did the shopping, who work for the store, they would have gotten that other money. So I was like, well, what's this $35? And the person at Safeway was like, I honestly don't know. That's why I'm making this video, because I want to make sure that people are properly compensated. And I'll be very honest, even though I put the $10 of cash in there, I actually give them more money in cash. So my whole thing is, maybe I need to stop being so nice, because now I feel as though I've been taken advantage of, because they took 40 of my cash. That's my money, but I didn't think they were going to get it because of all this confusion. So if you guys even see this, I hope that you are even telling me the truth. If not, may karma take down your entire bloodline, because that was so wrong. If not, I hope that you have a great life. This has been so tiring. By the way, this sweatshirt, this print was made by my friend Pierre Benoit. Go to Exit the Apple. And yes, and I actually own the original painting. So yeah. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. I really think these are the final days, because I'm losing my complete sugar honey iced tea. Have a great day.